I've been working with this for years, and it's it's something that with multi-level marketing, it's really simple what we do, but it's not always obvious. Okay, and for me, it took right in the beginning, 20 years ago, it took me a lot of time, probably a year or so, to sort of really grasp what the message is. And when you hear Alexis Thomas, what boy, what a great speech before, based on fact. Okay, everything he says is you will hear that from every successful mentor, anyone that's been successful in multi-level marketing. You'll always hear the same story. So today I'm just going to go through some quick slides with you to cast that vision in your mind where you can go from today. Okay, it doesn't matter if you registered right at the pre-launch, but I know a lot of you are looking backwards right now, and you're thinking, well, no, I'm not, but I know you are. And I don't know half of you on this Zoom, but I know that most of you are looking backwards, because first of all, I'd like you to remember why you registered to start with. Okay, I want you to cast your mind back to that. And if you've got half a dozen people signed up, and and you feel that nothing's growing, I can imagine that you're thinking, well, this is not growing very fast. But the thing is, I feel that you're looking backwards instead of forwards, because if you go into your back office and you look at your matrix, I don't care how many people, even if you've got one person in there, get fired up, get excited, because if you imagine that you registered last night, you would be excited about the amount of people that's in your business. I do it all the time. I go into my matrix, I think, gosh, if I actually registered last night, I'd be so fired up about the results. Okay, so I really highly recommend you find something that's going to get you motivated, after your period in this time in the business. So anyway, let's move on. I'm here to show you how to learn, how you're going to learn to build teams properly. Okay, so first of all, why do we need a goal? Okay, well, the difference between working with a goal and not working with a goal is results. So if there's anyone here that really does want the results, most people aren't getting the results is because they don't set the goal to start with. And a goal must always have a date. Okay, when I first joined Empower Life, my goal was to register 100 people in 1 week. Okay, and I'm pretty sure that might scare most of you to death. Okay, but it's of course we all have a different work ethic, and it was something that I knew was the way that I could work. But that was my goal, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper. I counted into the future 7 days, and I got to work. Okay, and I had to send out invitations to, I think it was 400 people I sent out, and guess how many I registered? It was 100. Okay, and of course not everybody upgraded, but it set a beautiful foundation for my business to start duplicating. Okay, remember what Alexa said about duplication. We're in the business of building business builders. We're not in the business of gathering people. Okay, so it's really important that if you want results, you've got to have a goal. So begin with the end in mind. Well, how much money do you want to make from this? That is a really important question. Okay, if you don't know how much you want to get from this business, it's your activities is not going to match. And I would actually sort of crystal ball gaze. When you see these old witches, or these sorcerers with the glass ball or the crystal ball, and they're sort of gazing into the future for you. But I'd like you to do that with your business. How much money do you want to be earning from Empower Life within the next 90 days? Another thing, how much time does this business deserve? We're talking about your financial future. We're talking about improving your financial situation for you, your family, and the dreams that you have attached to this. So what does it deserve? Well, I like to give you an example about playing a guitar. Okay. Well, if someone said to me, Jason, could you learn to play guitar? And I said, yeah, sure. I think anyone can learn to play guitar. But one thing's for sure, it's going to take some time, right? If you want to learn to play a musical instrument, you're probably going to do a bit of practice each day, every day, being consistent. And then I'm pretty sure by the end of 90 days, I could probably play a few songs. I don't recommend hearing me sing, but I do recommend, you know, I think that most of us here, if we did that for a 90-day period, you'd be able to play a few songs. Okay. But what I see in this business, they join the business, and it's like picking up the guitar. They play a few notes for a few days and then they're gone. They give up. They go to the next shiny object without giving it a proper run. So, you know, first 90 days, I want you to, you've got to stick around for it and give it a proper shot for 90 days. You know, first of all, write down your dreams. Make sure you know why you're doing this. You know, people do not spend enough time on writing down their dreams. You know, as I told you before, I'm a visual person. You know, I have vision boards. I make vision movies. I've even got films about how to expand your dreams. You know, you can always get that from me if you ask for it. Write down your 90-day goals. You know, how many people could you sponsor or you decide to sponsor in your first month, your second month, and your third month? You know, we're talking about things that you are in control of. Okay. Because what people most do in this business, they sponsor one and then they wait. Okay. You know, what makes you think your upline is going to build this? What makes you think your downline is going to build this? You know, this is your business. You decide how many people that you're going to be putting into your network. If it's 10 people the first month, 20, another 10 the second month, and 10 the third month, and get them started right, you know, that is a great goal. That is a really great goal, because what will happen is when you're doing this, some of your team members will copy what you're doing. Okay. We're going to create some DMOs. DMOs means your daily methods of operation. Okay. That's I see a lot of people, they don't have a daily method of operation. And also we're going to teach you how to track, modify, and also be accountable. Okay. I always like to be accountable to my children because they're the ones that give me the hardest time. And what I mean is, when I've got a goal, I tell my youngest, I say, look, you know, what do you want when I reach my next goal? And we talk about what he's going to get. And it could be something so simple about going out for a dinner or going to the cinema, because the day when I'm lazy, because I don't know if you know, I'm not a robot here, guys. You know, I'm a human being. I have lazy days too. Okay. All of us have lazy days. But I can tell you something, when you've got to deal with your child or with your wife or someone close, or even your upline, tell your upline your goal, because they will notice if you're not moving. And the kids, you know, you start to feel that, you know, their eyes are burning at you when you're sitting on the sofa watching television or something, and they say, Dad, you know, you got a goal, and it sort of gets you back in action again. So 7 success habits, you know, these 7 success habits are not something that I've made up. You know, these go back to over 70 years experience, actually past seven decades of working with online marketers. And not personally from me, but there's people that have been very, very successful in multi-level marketing. And they basically asked a lot of top leaders, what is the key things that makes this business tick? Okay. If you have this page in front of you and you follow it exactly, you will have a big business. It's 100% predictable. Okay. We're talking about predictability here. So number one, you're going to be showing your business opportunity consistently. Okay. Not, you know, it's going like trying to join the gym. Everybody can join the gym, and you want to be, you know, looking a different body or having a different body by the end of the year. But if you've been to the gym every 2 weeks or twice a year, well, you're going to look exactly the same, right? It's nothing to do with the gym card. It's nothing to do with the gym. And if your Empower Life business is not growing, there's nothing wrong with the business. It's normally because you haven't been consistent. Okay. So consistency is the key. You know, write that down on a piece of paper or put it on your phone. Am I consistent? Okay. Because every time you look at your mobile device, you're going to see it staring in your face. You know, you're going to be deliberate. Number two, you're going to follow the system. You know, the system is when you log into, you know, Lexus Thomas goes on about this all the time. When you log into your back office, there are films there which are, giving you the information that you need. And there's also a 5-step plan. Actually, I think it's actually updated now to a 6-step plan. But if you log in, you scroll down, it tells you everything that you need to do to get started. Okay, it's not rocket science. You just have to look. Okay, number 3, getting people started. Start them correctly and do it fast. I know I've said within 48 hours in this slide, but get them, talk to your members. Don't just sort of leave them hanging around. you know if you put it this way, if you've joined someone and your sponsors leaving you hanging around, don't do that to your downlines, because it doesn't feel nice. We have to have a certain responsibility. Actually, when I sign someone up, it's my responsibility to make sure that they get the information they need so they have a chance in our industry. Okay, it's my responsibility, it's your responsibility. The second you register someone, make sure that they know what to do. Ask them questions, have a Zoom with them, meet up with them. Okay, number 4, Alexis Thomas has awesome Zooms every single week. Okay, well, I was always taught that you should build your business from Zoom to Zoom. Okay. I don't know if you've ever heard that saying, but it basically means that, all week you're talking to prospects, you're sharing your links, and you want to be having it in your mind that every week those guys are coming to the Zoom with you. Okay. Because when they come to these Zooms, you're going to get them getting personal growth, belief. They're going to see the top leaders and everything. So it's not just you promoting a business to someone. 80% of the reason why people do not turn up to Zooms is because nobody invited them. Right. Number 5 and 6 is all about personal development. Okay, if you'd seen me 20 years ago, you would have never listened to me tonight. Okay, because I was a very different person. I did it by reading 15 minutes a day of recommended books, so I could learn to think different about how to work with people. That was my biggest problem, because I had such a low self-esteem. I was scared to talk to anybody. Okay. All right. So those books, and also listening to recommended audios. I can tell you something. When we all have this little inner voice, every time you've got a great idea and you think this is going to be, now I'm going to go out, I'm going to go and sponsor another 5 people this week, and that little voice cuts in and says, well, you only sponsored 1 last week, you're an idiot. Okay, I don't know if we've most of us have that little inner voice, but when you're listening to positive audios, that little inner voice gets quieter and quieter, and it eventually shuts up, so you can continue with your goals. Okay, be a team player. Number 7. Okay, that basically means edification. You will always hear me talk good about Alexis Thomas. Okay. Why? I can tell you why. Because first of all, he deserves it. He's an awesome character, and he's very transparent. Okay, but can you imagine what my downlines would think if I told them what, if there was something bad, and so on? And what will happen is I would lose my team because I stopped talking good about my upline mentor. Okay, so always lift up your upline mentor, especially the ones that are working closely with you. So this is something I've put together so that you can see the core habits here. And it actually says here, it says decision. Make one decision. I see people making decisions every other week. Okay, now I'm going to give it a go, and then they don't, and then now I'm going to give it a go. That is a painful way to build your business. So make one decision to get in action. Okay, and the first thing, consistency. That you can actually print this off. I'm going to be making this into a PDF, and you can actually print this off. If you don't have a printer, take a piece of paper. Anybody can write down the basics and draw some little squares so you can actually do this anyway. So don't use the printer as your excuse to not get in action. But you can simply go through these things. Am I doing this? Your first goal, sponsor. Am I doing these things? Tick. Yes, I am. Have I signed up 2 people? That is definitely the first goal. Even if you sign up 2 people a month, you could end up with a massive business. It's all about being consistent. And then, these are levels which I use. This is not an Empower Life level or anything. This is just to help people break down the goals. But you know, a 10 plus leader, it basically means that you've gone out, you've done some work, and you've been sponsoring some people, and you've reached 10 people. Well, I know that when you've reached 10 people, because we've been starting people the right way, your group size will be at least 30 based on what you've done. Okay, because some of them will have done, you know, sponsored a few people, and the goal is to make sure that yeah, some of these people, at least 10, have a goal. If you're registering 10 and 30 people end up in your business, make sure that every 10 people of your downlines have a goal card. All right. And then I will show you the goal card in a minute, because it's so simple, because I'm going to show exactly how I did it as well. And then 20 plus, you know, let's just keep going, because we want to sponsor another 10 people, you know, and we're still got this thing called core. We're practicing all these daily habits. We've signed up our 20 people. We've got 10 downlines with a 10 plus lead as a 10 plus leader. So that means there's 10 people that have done this. It also means that your group size is 300 people. Okay. Just based on what you're doing and duplicating the right things. And also you can see 50 downlines with a goal card. But the thing is, when you've got people with goal cards, simple goal cards, the magic starts to happen. Okay, that's what we're looking for, duplication. When I'm building an organization, I'm looking for people that have got goals, and they're letting me know what their goal is. Great, I'm going to sponsor 10 people. Fantastic, because I like to spend time with the people that have got goals. The ones that don't have goals, they're not going to get all my time. They will get some of my time, but they're not going to get all of my time. I will always work with the guys that have got the goal. So follow up new members. You know, we've heard this before, right? And I actually put this slide together, you know, before I even heard what Alexis was saying tonight. But you know, really, really important. You're going to follow up your new members. You need to contact your free members. Okay, I do it all the time, and I don't just do it once. I'm going to keep following them up, and I've been doing it all the time. And you know, you start to see when you're going to your free members in the back office, and you click on it, you've got all their details. Make contact with them, and a lot of them you've probably met on Facebook. So you know, search their name on Facebook, and you'll see that you spoke to them before, and contact them. If you're not sure who they are, send them an email, but don't do it once. Your goal is to get that free list empty. Okay, well, you probably won't do all of it. You know, some of them will disappear, but if you decide to keep following these guys up, you know, you're going to get the free members down. Ask them if they've been through the 5 steps. Sorry, 6 steps. I need to change that. But ask them what their dream is. You know, ask them what their goal is. You know, because there is a reason why these guys registered to start with. You know, you can ask them, why did you register? You know, what is your dream? What do you hope to get from the Empower Life business? You know, sometimes asking the right questions, you will get the right answers, so you can actually make a connection with them and get things moving again. Ask them, you know, this is one I use all the time. Is there anything stopping you from upgrading right now? Okay, they will tell you. They will tell you, well, it's this or that, or maybe they just don't have the money yet. Okay. But not having the money is no excuse, because you can actually earn as a free member. You know, you just need to get in action. You sponsor 4 people, you can use that $20 that you've earned to upgrade. And of course, these are paid members. So when you sponsor 10, so when you sponsor 4, you know, upgraded members, there will be $20 in your back office. Okay. And then you can use that money to upgrade and start earning more money, and get access to the rest of the ways to earn money. And then, of course, your first goal is definitely to sponsor 1 more person and keep that money so you can pay for your next month's subscription. Okay, so you're getting your business financially settled, so as you're getting in action. Yeah, show them how they can earn as a free member on that. Okay, so this is a goal card. Remember, I told you I sponsored 100 people. I didn't draw down 100 circles and put a tick in it. Okay, I did one simple bite at a time. You know, what's the best way to eat an elephant? You know, one bite at a time, right? Anyone can eat an elephant if you do it one bite at a time. So I set a goal and I said, right, okay, I've got to register 10 people at a time. Okay. But you can see I've written, you know, at the top it says mentor, it's got a goal date. Okay. And this is a very simple goal. It says week 1, week 2. Okay. I know that most people here will not register 5 people. And the reason why is because they didn't write the date. That's why the date is at the top. Okay. You need to print this off. And again, if you haven't got a printer, I'm pretty sure that anyone here can find a pen and paper and draw this down and put it somewhere where you can see it. You then look in your calendar for the first week. Okay. You look at the 7 days and then you're going to get in action. Okay. You'll also notice there's a little blue thing here. You're going to tick that as well. And that means, you know, you want to follow up your members. Okay, so you're not just going to tick them in that you've registered an upgraded member. All right, notice this tick here is an upgraded member. This one here is for have I followed them up? Okay, I do not tick this box unless I've actually made contact with my downline and I've checked with them that they have been through the necessary information in the back office and I've followed them up properly. I want to make sure that my downlines know exactly what to do. And when you do this goal, it makes it really simple. So you've got a day and you're just going to have the right work ethic to get people in and get them started right. Okay. And then week 2, do it again. Okay. If you don't do it in the first week, don't worry. You know, the thing is, I've never made every goal. Okay. And I'm pretty sure Alexis hasn't made every goal. But I can tell you something, all we need to do is sometimes we just need to move the date. We need to bounce back up and set the date again and go again. Okay. We don't give up just because we didn't make it. Okay. So, and when I sponsored 100 people, what I did was I actually had 10 of these pieces of paper. Okay. Very similar. I didn't write down 100. I wrote down 10. So, what's the power? You know, why focus on gold cards? Well, I'm going to show you. Okay. Excuse me. Well, I want you to think about duplication because remember I told you that when you have that gold card and you're going to do a group that, you know, you're going to sponsor your 10 people and some of those downlines are going to sponsor some people. We know that you're going to have a group size at least 30 people. Okay. 30 people. And that means out of that 30 people, we could have 10 of those downlines with a gold card. All right. And it means that your group size can be 300 plus. Anyone here want a group 300 plus? Okay. But if I told you as a mentor now, I said, right, come on, guys, you know, you're going to sponsor, you need to, you know, you want to make some money, you've got to sponsor 300 people. I think I would scare you. Okay. But if I told you, don't focus on this number, focus on the 10. Lex has mentioned this before. Focus on helping 10 people following a simple gold card, which is a physical thing, can help you get that. Okay. And then what is the next step? Well, you know, find some more people in from that 300. These numbers are low. Okay. But I'm giving you such a low average here. So, you know, I've got 10 people, I've got 300, you know, some of those have got a gold card. Actually, 20 people got a gold card. They started doing some work, 600 plus. Who wants 600 people in the business? Okay, because I found 20 people that can follow a gold card. You can do this stuff, guys. And if you just keep going through the numbers, 900 people in your business, find 30 people that you can work with and get a gold card. 40 people. Okay, 50 people. You know, your matrix can fill really, really, really fast when you work with gold cards. Okay. The trouble is I see people don't work with goals and they don't work with dates. You know I've got around 1,500 people in my downlines already. And I've also earned around $1,500 or $1,400 already from, you know, from Empower Life because of helping my downlines do the right things. So efforts, we spoke a little bit about the in the beginning we were talking about DMOs, daily methods of operation. There are many different ways that you can, promote your business, and some of them need more education than others. And I'm going to say this now, that if you're brand new and you've never done this before, I highly recommend that you go into Empower Life and you're going to look on for the films, and I think it's the title is social media, or getting people from social media. I can't remember the exact title, but it's in there. It says social media, to teaching you how to get people into the business by doing things a certain way. And Alexis Thomas, he has built hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people just from Facebook, and he's teaching you how to do it. And it's all to do with online marketing. You can also do free ads on Facebook. You could maybe have a YouTube channel if you're good on YouTube channel, or maybe you've already got it. I don't recommend doing it, to try and find prospects immediately, but it's something that you can do. And it takes time to build a YouTube channel, right? You can do presentations. You can download the PDF and you can jump on Zoom. Some people say, well, I'm not that good at talking to people. Well, do you remember, if you see a 2-year-old trying to tie their shoelaces, they can't do it, but no, as they get older, they can do it. And I would recommend, download that, the PDF to your phone. And if you're sitting there having a coffee with someone, just flip through it and say, look, I found a really exciting business. It doesn't matter so much what you say. It matters about how excited you are, because people don't listen about the knowledge. They listen to see that you're fired up, you're excited about your team. So try showing it, try doing it. Boosting, that's to do with Facebook marketing. Some people talk about paid ads. We make a lot of flyers. Alexis has got a lot of flyers. You can even write content. So there's many different ways, but I recommend that the best way is to watch that film in Empower Life and study about how you can find endless amounts of prospects online. Okay. So keep track of your DMOs. Well, I always recommend that you pick at least 3 of them, okay? Because I have about 3 things going on. I can't juggle more than 3 balls, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure most of you can't either. Okay, you just need to find 3 of your best ways where it could be talking to people, it could be posting flyers, it could be writing comments in people's different, meeting people online. But you should choose your daily methods of operation. Just pick 3 of them, and then you're going to track your progress for the next 30 days. Okay, because you need to do something to see what needs changing, what needs improving. So this is what I do. Okay, well, these are the DMOs. You can have 5 of them, but that could be, I'm going to work with Facebook. Okay, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Maybe I'm going to show presentations. Maybe I'm going to talk to people. When you're walking the dog, meet some friends. That's another one that you can do. It's quite easy to do this stuff when you've got the right frame of mind. And this particular chart helps you stay consistent. Because Monday, if this is like working on Facebook, okay, what did you do on Sunday? Every time you're doing a post, every time you're talking to a prospect, you can just put a little line in here, okay? So each time you're actually doing something, talking to a prospect, and what did you do? You can even decide what days you want to do it. Sometimes people are really busy, they're right up to their eyeballs, they've got so much going on. But to be honest, this business, it doesn't take you all day. Even if it's 2 or 3 flyers, or you're going to talk to 5 prospects per day or 10 prospects per day, you can actually add up. You can even set a goal of how many people you're going to talk to in 1 week. And then you can go back over this and see exactly, well, my goal was to speak to 70 people this week, but I only spoke to 3. Well, then the numbers don't lie. You can actually see whether you are consistent or not. All right. So modify every 30 days. If your results are bad, increase your DMOs. You probably need to be more consistent, the number of times you're doing things. If your results are good, you know, just you can either increase the number of activities if you want faster results, talk to more people, more posts, more more engagement on Facebook or other social medias, and and you need to do this every 30 days to see what is working. Okay, if when you know what's working, don't change it. You just either increase it. If it's not working, maybe you can even talk to someone, one of your uplines that knows what they're talking about. Say, look, these are my results. I've tracked it. Could you recommend something that could help me improve my results? Okay, talk to your upline. They're here, especially the ones I know Alexis mentioned it earlier before on another presentation, but he said make sure that you are talking to someone that knows what they're talking about. Quite often in your uplines, there's always someone upline that can help you. Okay, you just need to find out who is the most active upline above you, and make a connection with them. Okay, so they're always there to help. Then this would be a page which would, if you're talking to me, you could write down a few things here and we could share a few ideas. I like to call this counseling. Counseling is done when your business is moving. Okay, it's not, if you haven't sponsored anyone yet and we're talking about counseling, there's nothing to talk about. It's like trying to steer a parked car. It doesn't matter how much you steer, the car's not going to change direction. But if your business is moving and we're starting to gain momentum, there may be something that your active upline can say to you to help you explode your business even more. And we could easily, have a Zoom meeting with the key leaders that have got serious goals, and we can write down, 5 things that you could improve in the next month. And there could be some other notes here. So very simple stuff, guys. So remember, the difference between working with a goal and not working with a goal is results. Okay, if you want results, you must have a goal with a date. I've never known any other way to build a business. When there's no date, when there's no goal, nothing happens. Okay, so if you're here to make money, treat it like a business. Don't treat it like a hobby. Okay, that is a question to you. Do you treat it like a business? Do you treat it like a hobby? Or are you waiting for someone else to build it? It's your bank account, it's your family, it's your dreams, it's your future. Does your thinking match what you want? And that's all I can recommend, guys. So thank you very much for listening to me tonight. Awesome to be here. Thanks for the invite, Alexis. Thank you.
Wonderful. You can stop sharing. Oh my goodness. Wasn't that amazing? Yes, yes. All right. And I'm going to open also for people to unmute themselves. So type below, unmute yourselves, and tell me if you loved this training, if it was amazing or not. Yes?
That's great. It's really great. Really great.
Unmute yourself. Let me hear you.
Very
That's
great,
fantastic.
very
Good
great.
training.
Super.
How
Very
did you
nice.
find the training, guys?
Good training.
Super training.
Wonderful training.
Explained very easy.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, good night.
Very nice information, Alex. Sir Alexis.
हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो बहुत जबरदस्त ट्रेनिंग रही, बहुत जबरदस्त ट्रेनिंग रही। मजा आ गया।
बहुत जबरदस्त। Really enjoyed our class training.
Amazing.
Excellent.
Great, wonderful training.
So I want you to know that we are here to help everybody. And thanks very much also to our coaches and our leaders. Next week, we're going to have an amazing event with some of the bronze and silver members who are going to share their strategies of what do they do and how they have achieved also their goals, like Jason. I hope you're enjoying and getting some value from all this. And the most important is all of us to give this beautiful name of the company out, to understand what Empowered Life is, and spread it out all over the world, so the right people come and follow us and stay here for the months to come and hopefully years to come. From my side, I thank you so much for being here. I will scroll around again and see all of you. I would go around and see all of you again. Yeah, wonderful. And thank you for coming here today, and looking forward to see you next week. By then, I suggest and I advise you, start hosting your own Zoom calls with your teams. Slowly get together with your sponsor. Start small Zoom calls with your teams, presentation Zoom calls, what we explained in the previous Zoom together, and you will see a big progress happening also by applying whatever Mr. Jason told us today. All right. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.